The American Revolution was a colonial revolt that took place between 1765 and 1783. The American Patriots in the 13 Colonies won independence from Great Britain, becoming the United States of America. They defeated the British in the American Revolutionary War in alliance with France and others. Members of American colonial society argued the position of no taxation without representation, starting with the Stamp Act Congress in 1765. They rejected the authority of the British Parliament to tax them, because they lacked representation in Parliament. Protests steadily escalated to the burning of the Gaspee in Rhode Island in 1772, followed by the Boston Tea Party in 1773, during which patriots destroyed a consignment of taxed tea. The British responded by closing Boston Harbor, then followed with a series of legislative acts which effectively rescinded Massachusetts Bay Colony's rights of self-government, and caused the other colonies to rally behind Massachusetts. In late 1774, the Patriots set up their own alternative government to better coordinate their resistance efforts against Great Britain. Other colonists preferred to remain aligned to the British Crown, and were known as Loyalists or Tories. Tensions erupted into battle between Patriot militia and British regulars, when the British attempted to capture and destroy colonial military supplies at Lexington and Concord in April 1775. The conflict then developed into a global war, during which the Patriots and later their French, Spanish, and Dutch allies fought the British and Loyalists in what became known as the American Revolutionary War 1775-83. Each of the 13 colonies formed a provincial congress that assumed power from the old colonial governments and suppressed loyalism, and from there they built a continental army under the leadership of General George Washington. The Continental Congress determined King George's rule to be tyrannical and infringing the colonists' rights as Englishmen, and they declared the colonies free and independent states on July 2, 1776. The Patriot leadership professed the political philosophies of liberalism and republicanism, to reject monarchy and aristocracy, and they proclaimed that all men are created equal. The Continental Army forced the British out of Boston in 1776, but the British captured and held New York City for the duration of the war. The British blockaded ports and captured other cities for brief periods, but they failed to defeat Washington's forces. The Patriots unsuccessfully attempted to invade Canada during the winter of 1775-76. But they captured a British army at the Battle of Saratoga in late 1777, and the French entered the war as allies of the United States as a result. The war later turned to the American South, where the British under the leadership of Charles Cornwallis captured an army at South Carolina, but failed to enlist enough volunteers from Loyalist civilians to take effective control of the territory. A combined American-French force captured a second British army at Yorktown in 1781, effectively ending the war in the United States. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 formally ended the conflict, confirming the new nation's complete separation from the British Empire. The United States took possession of nearly all the territory east of the Mississippi River and south of the Great Lakes, with the British retaining control of Canada and Spain taking Florida. Among the significant results of the revolution was the creation of a new Constitution of the United States. The new Constitution established a relatively strong federal national government that included an executive, a national judiciary, and a bicameral Congress that represented states in the Senate and the population in the House of Representatives. The revolution also resulted in the migration of around 60,000 Loyalists to other British territories, especially British North America, Canada,